What's up, guys? It is Jonathan with One Big Impact. I just made a video a second ago, but I want to make this really quick. Um, the question I get quite a bit is, do I have to exercise while I'm on Atkins? Well, you guys know I'm a personal trainer and I work out. Right now, I work out 3 days a week. I'm training for a powerlifting event. And while I was on Atkins, I worked out probably religiously for 6 days a week. I'd never been in leaner, more muscular shape in my life than when I was following Atkins and cut down all the way to like 193. If you look at it from a perspective of exercise and food and muscle and body, absolutely, I think you should, because you have something called a basal metabolic rate. And say you come to me and you're really overweight and stuff like that, and your body, according to the high body fat percentage and the lack of muscle, says, you can get 1,500 calories or whatever. Well, when you turn that fat into muscle and you like make it kind of like an exchange and you become a tighter, smaller person, you could potentially raise that BMR, raise that basal metabolic rate, and actually get allotted a little bit more calories so you can eat more and burn more. So the problem that a lot of people face is they just tend to cut calories indefinitely, and you can't do that. You do have to get to a point to where you are seeing some type of movement. If weight loss is your number one goal, you do have to be in a caloric deficit. So don't get me wrong on that. But the problem is people just cut and 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 cut calories, and then eventually your body says, I think I'm going to hang on to everything I got because you keep giving me less food and less food and less food. But in the same sense, if you're stimulating the muscle and you're working out on a regular basis, you can get away with being able to eat a few more calories throughout the day, maybe 300 to 500 calories throughout the day over time, and then put yourself in a position to where you have something to cut from, if that makes sense, once you do get to that point. So you're getting rid of fat, you're gaining muscle, so you're becoming a smaller person in space. You may not see your weight moving as much as you'd like at certain times, but if you look at the big picture, you have to understand that if you have 50 or 100 pounds to lose, this takes time, and it's very, very important that you understand that if you start at 2,000 calories and say you have 100 pounds to lose, and you get down to 150 pounds, and you're trying to, I don't know what I said, 200 pounds, and you're trying to get down to 100 pounds. These are obviously extremes. When you get to like 140 or 150 or something like that, your body's like, bro, like you went down to like 700-800 calories. Like, where do you expect me to go from there? I can't live off of less than that. You got to remember, I don't believe in the whole there's 1 calorie range for each person, because I'll be completely freaking honest with you. There are some short ass people out there and they do not get this 2,000 calorie range. That's just not the thing. Okay, I don't care what the hell the thing says. They're not in a deficit at that point. But by working out, you put yourself in a position to where you have like more cards in your deck. If you only have one card that you continue to play, eventually your body's going to be like, I know what you're doing. You're just going to continue to take food from me. And guess what? Over the course of evolution, in the last 10,000 years, I've become really good at storing fat. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to store all the fat. You give me that 700 calories, I'm going to store it as fat. So when you actually build muscle, your muscle requires those calories and expends those calories. And it's like looking at, a slab of bacon or something versus like a big old fatty piece of meat versus like a nice lean steak. Like you want to become that lean steak because it's just it's tougher, it's more dense, and it can withstand more. The problem is when you get down to that point, and even if you do get down to that point, without working out, you're going to find yourself in a position to where you're just basically like a saggy sack of skin and shit. And who wants to do that? Like, you want to tone up. You're already going to have some extra skin because you had 100 pounds or 200 pounds or more on you. But I think the most important thing is that you have to understand when you do have that extra skin and stuff, like body moves in certain ways, you got to be strong. If you're not strong, you want to use all of that extra fat as energy to build muscle during the process. It's kind of like it's giving you a little drip. Here's some fat, here's some fat, here's some fat. Use that as energy. Use that as energy to work out or whatever. And the body is really proficient at doing so. So I guess without rambling, do I think working out is a good thing on Atkins? Do I think you have to work out on Atkins? No, you don't have to work out on Atkins, and you're probably going to get, 70 or 80% of your goal accomplished if it's just weight loss by doing so. And some of you guys might be able to do the whole thing. But where I come from on my approach would say that you are thin, that does not mean you are healthy. If you lost 100 pounds and you can't walk up a flight of stairs without looking like you're having a heart attack, thin doesn't mean anything. You are going strictly for vanity. And there's a very unhealthy aspect of that. If you want to be healthier, I would say, some jogging and maybe even some stairs or some swimming if you can't do impact exercises. I would say like hiking. I would say lots of body weight stuff, whether it's like, it could be push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks, burpees. It could be all kinds of things. And these are just like the basic stuff. Because at the end of the day, if you are thin, that does not mean you can't have a heart attack and fucking die. Like, you gotta take care of yourself, and you gotta understand that there's more to it than just being a smaller person in space. You need to be a smaller person in space that is healthier, not unhealthy. I think we've all seen, the skinny chick or the skinny guy that eats like trash and drinks 24/7 and smokes cigarettes and does drugs all the time and keels over and fucking dies. They were skinny and they looked great and they died. So you have to make sure that you are healthy during the process. I'm a huge advocate on making sure that you do exercise. And I'll be honest, that would just like scrape the very top. If you're not doing something a little bit more than that, like some really pretty good, a good intense, whether it's like with a personal trainer like myself, I do offer online coaching as well, and I just started a new service, so that's really cool. In addition to like meal plans and stuff, that's my little plug. But if you're not doing that, you need to be doing some type of resistance training and progressing over time. Because at the end of the day, the scale is important, but your health is a lot more important. So you got to keep that in mind. Do you have to work out? No. Should you? Yeah, you should. You'd kind of be dumb not to be honest. And I don't care who tells you otherwise. If they say you don't have to work out and you shouldn't work out, then they're dumb too. I don't care if it's your doctor or who it is. Is anybody in their right mind, obviously within your own physical limitations, because I'm not your doctor. If you have anything, because you could do, even a lot of people don't realize even physical therapy is workout. Like, I've had some of my most intense workouts in physical therapy. That shit is hard. Like, it definitely stimulates the muscle and growth and everything. So keep that in mind too. I hope this video helped you. I hope you are out there getting exercise. If you are new to my channel, please join us on Facebook. Our group is called Healthy Living for Healthy Life. And if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in this comment section below. And I would like to know, if you are on Atkins, are you exercising? Let me know in the description below. Bye.